Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter and welcome you to a Degrassism. I know it's been a while since I've done a Degrassism because I've been busy doing the Degrassi opinions that I won't back down from. Obviously, I haven't done Degrassi opinions because I ended at 200 and that's all there's to it. And, I'm preparing myself for a big live stream on Monday, October 9th. So just to let you guys know before, well, of course you'll see this video before the live stream, is that I'm preparing to do a Degrassi live stream on the 9th. Well, today is October 7th. On the 9th, that will have two purposes. Number one will be one half of it will be my 10th and final Degrassi opinion I won't back down from, and the second one is I will be making a top 10 list relating to Time Stand Still, like the top 10 fill-ins of the whole Time Stand Still Rick Murray storyline. In my opinion, not Degrassi Reddit. This is just my ranking. Anywho, so here we go. So this Degrassism has to do with Emma's clingy girlfriend phase. Now, I've just finished the 9th Cutter Degrassi opinion I won't back down from about Emma's clingy girlfriend phase. Not friend phase, that's a different one. But I decided to do a Reddit poll, and this was a long time ago. More than a month ago. This was August 30th, 2023, and I'm taping this October 7th, 2023, and I said, most likely Emma relationship that she showed that she was a clingy friend. And it goes like this. I want the Reddit community to weigh in on which relationship in the poll you vote for, and the reasoning, because this will be a future basis of a Degrassi Opinions video. Well, I changed it to a Degrassism. So I did 6 of them. I had 69 votes. I only got 1 comment. People are obsessed with Emma. So I will go through each and every one of the top 6 relationships where she is most likely a clingy girlfriend. Now, I don't agree with the top 6 that the Reddit community has. Because for sure, I was hoping that number 2 is number 1. But, clinginess, it's up to people's interpretations. Okay, so here we go. And I gotta remember the fingers. Okay, so number 6 in the poll. Oh, by the way, I will make sure that the poll will be put in at the last, like at the end of this thing, so that you know what the results are. Okay, number 6 with 4 votes is Emma and Sean season 4. Reasoning I put for this is, after all, he did save her from someone's gun. I'm actually surprised this is not higher. But the fact of the matter is that Emma in season 4 didn't have a boyfriend. Well, she had Chris, but then they broke up over the summer, as the season 4 premiere said. Emma didn't want Liberty dating Chris because it would look bad on Emma, which is stupid because when did Emma care about what people thought of her? So anyway, it just led to Manny and Liberty making her persona non grata. Rightfully so, unfortunately, I have to say. But the fact is that Emma, joined Paige's clique to get rid of Rick. Saw that Paige's clique was just using it to bully Rick, and also because it didn't help the domestic violence cause. Emma, quote-unquote, protects Rick and then gets thrown out. She has nobody around her except for the Quiz Bowl team. She gets mad at Rick for kissing her and says that, I pitied you, get a clue, and then Rick had the gun. But remember, he went after Paige first. He was going to go after Paige, but before the gun was shown, Paige apologized for things, and Rick knew he couldn't be that guy. So Rick basically decides to shoot Jimmy after being tricked by Spinner and Jay, and then all of a sudden, Emma's there for the taking, and he wants Emma. Sean tries to calm Rick down, but Rick's at the point of no return. Sean accidentally shoots Rick with a gun, and Emma in Back in Black thanks him, saying that thanks for saving my life, and was upset when Sean went back to Wasaka Beach. So I think there was something there. Like, Emma wanted to be with Sean. I think because, Sean saved her life. If Toby had saved her life, maybe Toby would have Emma on him. But, that's the thing. Things happen for a reason, I guess. Regardless of that, Emma was a kind person in a sense. So was Sean. Emma wanted to be with Sean in season 4. She wanted to be with a guy who saved her from a gun, and then ended up being with Jay. Well, although she was in a bit of a mood. Okay, so there was a tie for fourth. The two had 5. I'm going to go with number 5 is season 3, Emma with Sean. Had 5 votes. There's another one with 5, but I'm going to go with season 3 being number 5. She was obsessed with him even though she was with Chris. Now, this is the key point. Now, I know this seems unrelated, but season 4, when Paige wants to get rid of Dean and all that, Dean says a note saying that you must like me or be obsessed with me, because why else would you come with me? I thought you wanted to destroy me, and you come crawling back to me. Even though that Paige was trying to destroy Dean. That kind of has the vibe of season 3 with Emma and Sean. You know, Emma was with Sean at the end of season 2, and it looked good. Unfortunately, Sean got coerced by Jay and his candy bandits, and so Emma was upset, rightfully so. Sean says they're more fun and all that. Emma had a stepfather who had leukemia and had to pick up the slack in the house, especially around baby Jack. So what else could Emma do? Emma's upset with Sean, saying that Sean's better than this, and she's right. The fact is that Emma basically was, you know, upset. Well, I mean, Sean stole Snake's laptop to get back at Emma, which was very pathetic and very low for Sean. Stealing stuff from the school is one thing, but stealing Snake's laptop to get back at Emma? Man, that's pathetic. But, you know, he was under Jay's wing, if you will. Emma wanted to destroy Sean and Jay for stealing the laptop and for stealing stuff from the school. So she convinces Raditch to search Sean's car. But unfortunately, Sean and Jay probably sold the stuff too fast. And, you know, Emma lost her thing. She does get Sean in trouble with Raditch, but that's just it. I think the whole 8 Saturday detentions was a way of punishing Sean for this theft, even though that Raditch had no proof. But anyway, Emma is gleefully there, but Chris calls her out saying that, you know, Emma was just trying to destroy Sean because Sean moved on with Amy. Yes, that same Amy from season 4. But, you know, Emma was upset. And maybe Chris had a point that maybe Emma was so obsessed with Sean still that, you know, Emma wanted to be with Sean even though she was with Chris. Emma almost loses Chris, apologizes, and they go back together, and it's like, okay, fine. I mean, in a way, I think Emma wanted to be with Sean, but Emma was probably happy that Sean was with Ellie because, you know, Sean moved away from his bad boy persona. Anyway, number 4 on the list is Emma Damien season 7. She cared too much of what he said about her and no Sean in the picture. So, yeah, that was huge. And all that. So, you know, Emma and Damien. So Emma tries to correspond with Sean while he's in the army and fails to do so. She's upset. And then Damien makes a comment about her being plain and just too predictable. And Emma takes that to heart. That was the problem with Emma post season 4, is that she cared about what people thought of her too much compared to the first few seasons. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, she becomes a Purple Dragon girl, even though that she's supposed to protest against Purple Dragon sponsoring events and, you know, Degrassi selling out. Not the first time, not the last. But anyway, she becomes the Purple Dragon girl. She finds guys wanting to be attracted to her, and in a sense, she wants a guy to go after her. But it's the wrong crowd. Unfortunately, she gets told by Natasha the biggest dress we could find, and, you know, Emma's almost wants to lose weight again, but then she realizes, I can't go down that slippery path last time, and I'm not doing it. So she fires back at Purple Dragon. She takes off the dress and all that. Everyone was shocked to see her, I guess, naked. Why would Emma not wear any underwear underneath? Regardless of that, you know, when Manny says, well, Emma, you showed everyone your birthday suit. How do you feel? And then Emma looks at Damien, who smiles at her and says, I think I got the right attention. And I'm going to tell Sean that I'm moving on from him. So she does. She goes after Damien. She adopts a dog for Damien's sake, which is kind of stupid. And it's like, well, Emma changed it quickly, because season 6 was when she hated on Damien because he was part of Lakehurst who killed JT. And then season 7, she likes him again. And Damien's supposed to be with Liberty. I mean, with Annie. Man, Damien's. So Emma and Damien become a decent couple, but then Damien has eyes for Liberty and brags about it. Toby spills the beans. Fortunately for Liberty, Emma goes after, is mad at Damien, not her. Doesn't want to ruin a 6-year friendship. Although that's kind of awful. They're more like frenemies. But the fact is, Emma would be desperately there to find Damien, and those comments got to her, and she cared about what he thought. Number 3 on the list with 11 is Emma Kelly season 8. No, Emma with Kelly season 8 and 9. You know, the college thing. Her behavior to try to keep him was off-putting. I think I can't really describe it that much, but regardless of that, you know, Emma going to college and all that, she didn't have a guy. Obviously, Damien and her were over. She didn't find anyone over the summer. So she goes to college probably trying to find love and trying to find friendships and all that. Kelly comes in the picture when he's Emma, Liberty, and Manny's roommate. And it was supposed to be Manny and Kelly, but for some strange reason, Kelly goes after Emma. Or vice versa. So Emma and Kelly become an item and all that. I think either Kelly or someone close to him says that Emma is plain and vanilla and blonde. And Emma says, I'm not that blonde. Which is true, in a sense. But regardless of that, Emma, you know, does all this stuff and makes pot brownies to try to make friends and probably try to impress Kelly and all that. Kelly tries to conceal the evidence after the seizure of the one girl, and you know, gets flushed out. Emma wants to take responsibility, but Kelly says no, you're going to get expelled, and you know, all that. So Emma and Kelly are decent, but then Holly Road season 9 comes in, and it's like the relationship's got some cracks. The recycle project was there with bicycles for Africa, but Kelly's dad was not too happy with Kelly wasting his time with stupid stuff and offers him a job back home, and Kelly isn't sure about it. But after Emma is controlling and all that, he decides to go back to the Yukon. What is it about Degrassi and the Yukon? Regardless of that, Emma loses her drive. She has to do the recycle project in front of the whole Degrassi population by herself. And she basically says all this stuff about college isn't great and all that. You're chasing friends instead of grades sometimes. You know, all that. And she was just chasing on Kelly. She wanted to control Kelly so she can have Kelly and be okay. Spike even tells her, do you really need a man to make you happy? And Emma's like, nah, not so much. But then all of a sudden, she's with Spinner and all that, and that was just totally random and stuff. Number 2 on the list, which I wish was number 1 by my standards, with 12 votes, is Emma and Peter season 5. Of course, as I said, at the end of the video, you'll see the Reddit poll so that you know I'm not joking. And I'm like, what the hell? How is this not number 1? And I said, wanted a guy so badly it ticked off the audience. Well, remember, season 5, Emma has eyes on Peter and tells Manny that I've never been in love with a guy since Hurricane Sean blew through my emotional trailer park. And it's like she could have said it one of 2 ways, but the way you got it prescribed was just basically that Sean left her high and dry in season 4, and she still hasn't forgotten about it. But the fact of the matter is that Peter is a Degrassi student, and Emma, you know, gets tongue-tied around Peter. And, you know, is in love with Peter. They go to a party, well, alongside Manny. Peter has eyes on Manny, who insists that Emma's the one for him. Peter, of course, does the video of Manny flashing him and, you know, offers it back, but for a bribe of $3,000 for a new camera. And practically, Manny refuses to. Manny even wants to go on a date with Peter, probably hoping that that would kill it off, but Peter says, nope, that doesn't do anything. Peter, of course, does the whole video thing. Emma gets mad, which is good, but the problem is with Emma is that it actually worked against her, as she said she was upset with Manny for trying to steal Peter. It's like, your best friend has a video around Degrassi shaming her, and yet you're mad because she's trying to steal your man, and she wasn't. So Emma, of course, jumped the gun, again, as she usually does, and Manny is put in her place. But Manny does, you know, with the trouble with her being kicked out and all that, it gets to Emma, and Emma realizes that Manny should not be judgment. She shouldn't be so judgmental, so she allows Manny to stay with her for the day, for the time being, and vows to destroy Peter for Manny. Trouble is, it didn't happen, as Emma fell for Peter's shirtless pics and basically fawned over him, and she had the love of it. She was looking for a guy in her mind, and I think it's worth saying is that, and I never said this in the the Degrassi Opinions I Won't Back Down From video, also being out today, is that, she probably wanted a guy to protect her because she was all by herself. Rick probably would never have attacked her, went after her, if she had a boyfriend, although he probably would. So she probably needed protection. So anyway, Emma decides to go with Peter and do it in secret without Manny knowing. Of course, Peter gets on Emma's nerves. The simple fact is that Emma and Peter are exposed because, Manny knows. Fortunately for Emma, in a sense, Peter does tell Manny about the eating disorder. They have an intervention, but Emma blows steam at everybody. Probably Spike, too. But anywho, Emma has the panic attack. She goes to the hospital. And, she's still with Peter at the start of season 6. So that looked pretty good. And, of course, Sean comes back into the picture. And Emma is actually conflicted. Be with Sean or be with Peter. But she really wants to be with Peter. She helps Peter escape house arrest for a little bit. Emma wants Peter to do a masquerade thing so that, so that they can be in there as secret, like Romeo and Juliet. The fact of the matter is that Manny gets Emma to realize Peter is total scum because of the mask put in Emma's locker. And Emma realizes that, and Peter says he put the mask in her locker because he had his mom's coats. And also, he was the one who destroyed Sean by forcing him out of school with a fake for the drugs, saying that, I had to do what I had to do for the relationship, and Emma blows off at Peter. Unfortunately, it just made Emma look like a twat, because it's like, when it inconveniences Manny, no problem to Emma. But when it inconveniences Emma, then she starts to blow steam. And of course, that's a perfect segue to number 1, which won the vote with 32 points. Emma and Sean, season 6. Although I say it's a close second to me. After all, she almost used a fake pregnancy to keep him. So Emma didn't show signs of missing Sean in a sense, except for that season 5 premiere. But the fact of the matter is that Emma probably still had feelings for Sean. And when Sean came back in season 6, she felt for him. She actually wasn't sure if she should be with Sean. Of course, that whole street race was for Emma's heart and all that. Sean hitting the pedestrian, Emma forcing Sean to come clean with the cops. I mean, Emma would have been in trouble for harboring a fugitive, if you will, if the fugitive was there. So, anyway, she's with Sean, and, she's conflicted. But once Peter shows his true colors of being a dick, Emma goes towards Sean and all that, and they have a good relationship. Emma wants to be with Sean. One problem, though. There's a whole thing that Emma wants to lose her virginity to Sean, and Snake is a little perturbed. I mean, I understand. But yeah, she wants to be with Sean. And she's happy that Sean hears her out and actually agrees with her diatribes in destroying Peter. Well, for diatribe about the whole Lakehurst thing. I mean, it was at a party that should not have been thrown in the first place, and it happened steps from Emma's house. You think Emma wasn't going to freak out about that? Yeah, she went the wrong way, but, Emma at least had, right? And Emma at least didn't internalize her problems, just like season 4. That's something you got to realize. So the fact of the matter, guys, is that Emma was not too happy with things. But then Emma's with Sean and all that. But Sean, after being kicked out of school, thanks to Peter finding the drugs in the locker, even though Snake said he could fix the problem, but Sean says it's not going to happen. He works at the body shop and then finds a true calling with the army. Emma's not too pleased about it. Emma wants to use a fake pregnancy to keep Sean because she's like, if I lose Sean, I'm nothing. But the fact of the matter is that she does get her period. She's not pregnant. And she actually realizes she shouldn't do that. So she decides to let Sean go because you need to. And Emma probably felt like a bad girl. They try to correspond, Sean didn't correspond with Emma, and that's what led Emma to go after Damien. But, I mean, you're in the army. How often do you get to correspond? But, of course, Sean pops up randomly one day in season 7 and talks to Snake, and then Emma and all that. And Emma and Sean have a little bit of closure. So, yeah, she was clingy towards Sean. But to me, she'll always be clingy towards Peter, because why wouldn't she? I mean, dude, the whole Rick Murray situation made Emma a clingy girlfriend, because, and a friend, clingy friend at that, because she was trying to hang on to people. She didn't have anybody around her. She didn't have a boyfriend to help her out with the Rick situation. She didn't really have best friends to help her out with the whole Rick situation. Emma probably felt like she was on a lonely island and she needed to surround herself with people who love her. Although it was a little bit obsessive, Emma had the right thinking, but poor execution, as I always say. Anyway, thanks for watching this Degrassism. I'm Jeff.